Well, I guess my silly screw came loose because all of a sudden in the middle of one of his stories he told me not to talk to him anymore and then gave me the bottom bunk. Thank you. And you talk too much anyway. Thank you again. The blessings just keep coming my way. Well, I think I mentioned before that I am trying to do some dream analysis and practice lucid dreaming, and now it has occurred to me that I should try to dream about God and Jesus. And it just so happens that Jim, one of my dining mates, has already just had such a dream experience. I will let you know how it turns out. Also, I enjoyed your letter, Mary, about your visit to see Jane and Mark. Also, the pics of the house look real good. As far as the plumbing for the washing machine drain, the plumber told me the 1.5-inch pipe is too small for the snake, and then he ran a snake down the master bathroom tub, which I had dropped beeswax from my mustache down, and then the water started backing up out of the toilet. So I told him straight up that now it's worse than before he got there, so he just packed up and left and said no charge. So then I just ran a snake down the master bathroom toilet, had to remove and then reinstall the toilet, and it was all good. And like I told you before, I used that bladder for the washer drain. By the way, I like that old toilet from the hall bath and was planning to reinstall it. There was nothing wrong with it, and I do not like the new restricted flow plumbing fixtures. I guess it's too bad for Saul, my silly, because I guess I can't offer him any candy if I am not allowed to talk to him. Oh well, more for me. The only explanation I can think of for his being mad at me was that I was not listening attentively enough to his story, but not being able to talk now doesn't really bother me. He was the one always doing most of the talking. It seems like he might have been here for years without a good listener to talk to. I know he told me he has been here for 4 years and 3 months. Give him 2, maybe 3 days tops and he will return to normal and start talking my ears off again. But he ain't getting his bottom bunk back. I doubt he'll ask though. Well, it seems that on my new bottom bunk I have enough light coming through the window in our door coming in from the tier shining on my shelf desk for me to see to write. This is sweet. The CO just passed our door for count with his flashlight, and I overheard a voice saying 11 p.m. count. I think they have about 10 counts a day. I hear that over in level 4 guys trade cells at night so they can do tattoos. I hear that most anything goes over there, that the guards don't care. If you have a problem with someone, you just tell the guards to pop their door and then you go in and kick their ass. I have heard some inmates say they like to get over there. Saul said he doesn't because people are always getting shanked or shot. I don't think I want to find out myself. They say that you can go to level 2 after about 4 or 5 weeks here in level 3, but I hope I'll just go to camp by then. There is only one camp down here, Springs Camp, and all the others are north. I was not told what camp I'm going to, and I forgot to ask, although I don't know if they even knew yet, or if they did, if they would have told me anyway. In 04 I went to Ely Camp, and although I don't mind going there again, I would rather prefer to go to a different one just for variety's sake. No one knows for sure, but people are saying that you can expect to be here around 30 days and then camp for 60 days before going to Casa Grande. I was reading in the paper today about the Burning Man Festival this year, and it said they were trying to get a permit for 70,000 attendees this year. They had in excess of 53,000 last year, and I was just wondering if you were planning to go again this year, Jane? And how about you, Amy? In a previous letter I may have led you to believe that gays are segregated here because they are gay. Not so. If gays are on the PC yard, it is because they are also snitches, chomos, or require protective custody for some other reason. There are gays and bis here in my pod, but don't think that I know this from personal experience. Laughing out loud. Epiphany. I have just realized that I have gotten credit for all the time I was on probation when I was previously thinking I did not. My sentence is 2 to 5 years Class C felony. I was sentenced August 2010, I believe, so 5 years forward would make August 2015 approximately. They base their years on 360 days. So 5 years equals 12 months times 5 equals 60 months. Good time is 6 days per month, so 6 days times 60 equals 360 days good time. So that brings forward my expiration date to August 2014. Work time is also 6 days per month, and I was working while on probation approximately 15 months times 6 days equals 75 days. So hence my expiration date is now near the beginning of June 2014. So the clock was running the whole time I was on probation. My first board date is December 2012 and expiration date June 2014. Those dates were given to me by my caseworker at classification. When I get to camp, my work time credit will resume, and those dates should start moving forward by 6 days per month. So the first board date could move forward maybe a month or so to early November, and while on parole, as long as I am working, the expiration date will keep moving forward as well. So every 5 months will move expiration forward 1 month, so I can expire possibly by the end of 2013. I am thinking of going to North Dakota then. The economy is expected to boom up there for at least the next 10 years. I fancy the idea of summer there and winter in Vegas. I guess a lot of big trucking outfits are converting their trucks to run on natural gas. How about you, Junior? Are you getting in on the natural gas bonanza? I read in the paper back while I was in county that entrepreneurship is genetic. Maybe you, Mary, and Jane could start some kind of medical supply business together. And maybe you, Monique, and Amy too. With all the baby boomers getting old, demand in the medical field is going to explode. Sunday, April 15th. Hey Dad, I saw First National Bank had a full page ad in the paper, 100% loan to value with no points, no closing costs on homes. What's up with that? Looks like they're pretty bullish on the housing market to me. Some of the nicknames being used up here kind of remind me of the 7 dwarfs, like Thumper, Grumpy, Pitbull, and Ears and Bird, but then also there is Crook, Menace, Hollywood, and Reno, to mention a few. Me, I'm just me Jones, which is working well for me. I was only Grizz to Grip in the fish tank. I saw him and waved hello to him.